The Deputy President, William Samoei Ruto, has only two options as far as Jubilee politics, especially the control of Jubilee Party, is concerned. The first option he has is to kick President Uhuru Kenyatta out of Jubilee Party. That's the first option. He must kick President Uhuru Kenyatta out of Jubilee Party. Because as things stand today, President Uhuru Kenyatta still controls Jubilee Party. And for him to succeed in taking control of Jubilee Party, Uhuru Kenyatta must give way. But if that will not be possible, the second option he has is to either revive URP party or form a new political party. And I know it will not be easy to revive URP party because URP party was merged with the TNA and other political parties, which means it can't be revived again until, is it 20 years or 10 years? So the only option now which remains is for him to form a new political party. And because the deputy president has supporters, people who believes in him, he can easily form a new political party and get followers. And yesterday, on this platform, I pointed out that panic had actually gripped the allies of the deputy president after they discovered that while Kenyans were busy fighting the coronavirus, some elements within Jubilee Party were secretly replacing officials of Jubilee Party. And after that video, I saw online the allies of the deputy president releasing protest letters. And there were many protest letters. And what caught my attention was the fact that even the deputy president himself, in his capacity as the deputy party leader of Jubilee Party, wrote a protest letter. So today I want us to look at this whole thing in Jubilee Party. What's really happening in Jubilee Party? Now let me just get you the letter, the Gazette notice which brought issues. And of course I did analyze it yesterday, but let me just read for you a part here. This part is saying, any person with written submissions concerning the intended change of the political party shall within 7 days from the date herein deposit them with the registrar of political parties. So I think the allies of the DP wrote those protest letters to fulfill this requirement. But what's really happening? What's really happening? The issue is about the National Management Committee. Now let us look at the people, the composition of the Jubilee National Management Committee. Because the Jubilee National Management Committee is the organ which runs the party on a day-to-day basis. According to Jubilee Constitution, the National Management Committee, it says, there shall be established a National Management Committee which shall be chaired and presided over by the national chairperson and shall consist, listen, the National Management Committee, which is the cause of all this, shall consist of the national chairperson, the secretary general, it shall consist of the national treasurer, it shall consist of the organizing secretary, those are 4. Then there shall also be 6 committee members appointed by the National Executive Committee from amongst the membership of NEXT. That makes them 10. And then there shall be the executive director who shall be an ex officio member. So yesterday, the cause of the issue, the cause of all this problem was about these 6 committee members. And let us now go into the details. It consists of the chairperson. Who is the chairperson of Jubilee Party? It's called Nelson Ndoya. Nelson Ndoya belongs to President Uhuru Kenyatta's wing. The other person is Raphael Tuju. Raphael Tuju is ally of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Then there's the national treasurer who is called Alfred Kipkorir. So this guy belongs to is an ally of the deputy president. And then there is the organizing secretary. The organizing secretary is Abdul Haji, another ally of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Abdul Haji is Nordin Haji's brother. So you can get why these guys are concerned. Already, of those 4 officials, only one is ally of the deputy president. And then, now these guys are bringing 6 more officials without consulting the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto. So it means if these are the guys who are going to manage the affairs of Jubilee Party every single day, then the deputy president is just right to raise alarm, because the only time they can balance the equation here is by bringing their own people. But will they succeed? And what is the motivating factor? Why are they writing this protest note? We are going to go into that detail. Now let us go into these protest letters which these guys penned yesterday. And I want to start with the one penned by the deputy president, because the deputy president penned this letter and signed it as His Excellency William S. Ruto, deputy party leader. He's saying the letter is addressed to Registrar of Political Parties and Ndiritu. It's saying intended change of Jubilee Party National Management Committee. I have noted a Gazette Notice number 3084 published on 6th April 2020 purporting to change the membership of Jubilee Party National Management Committee. Please take note that the National Executive Committee has never been reconstituted by the party. Neither have we ever convened NEC to constitute or reconstitute the National Management Committee. In light of the foregoing, the intended change of the National Management Committee membership is therefore illegal and fraudulent. It's very interesting. The deputy party leader of a party is terming this as illegal and fraudulent. I'm waiting to read the content of the letter from President Uhuru Kenyatta in his capacity as Jubilee Party leader. And I know that one we will wait until Jesus comes. Uhuru will not write a letter. So, but what does this tells us? Out of those 4 officials, the chairman, the secretary general, the organizing secretary, the treasurer, none of them has written a letter. But one of them, the one I said was ally of the deputy president, wrote a letter. So this tells you this is basically a war, a major war in Jubilee Party. I'm just trying to get the letter. I have it here. The letter, Alfred Kipkorir Mutai also wrote a letter yesterday. Remember, this Gazette Notice was on 6th. He also wrote a letter yesterday, the same day the deputy president wrote a letter. He's the national treasurer of Jubilee Party. He's saying change of Jubilee Party National Executive Committee. I write in reference to the above matter, I am the national treasurer of Jubilee Party of Kenya. In my capacity as the national treasurer, I am a member of the National Management Committee, the National Executive Committee, the National Governing Council, and the National Delegates Convention of the party. In his capacity as the treasurer, my attention has been drawn to a Gazette Notice 3084 published on 6th purporting to change the party Jubilee Party officials in National Management Committee. Such members to be appointed must also be members of NEC. Such members to be appointed must also be members of NEC. The purported members appointed are not members of the NEC. I am aware that NEC has not met for the last 3 months, for the last 3 years. I have never been invited to any meeting to discuss any intended change of the National Management Committee. So this is revealing something which I alluded to earlier. Is claiming that Jubilee Party has not met, NEC has not met for the last 3 years. And they're saying the 6 people who are being appointed, the 6 people who are being appointed are not members of NEC. So that tells you, because it belongs to the wing of the deputy president, some of the changes have been happening in the party, but without his knowledge. I am sure these guys are members of NEC, because according to Jubilee constitution, which I highlighted earlier, the 6 members are supposed to be from NEC. So there's a big problem. But the mere fact that out of those officials, it's only him who wrote a letter. And again, who should actually write a letter to registrar of political parties on behalf of Jubilee Party? In my view, it's Secretary General of the party. Only Secretary General should communicate, either the Secretary General or the chairman or the party leader. But let us now go into details. People who have written letters. The majority leader at the National Assembly has written a letter. That is Aden Duale. Aden Duale wrote a letter. And in Aden Duale's letter, which is also very interesting, also yesterday, there are some points. He's saying Jubilee Party is governed by the Constitution of Kenya, the Political Parties Act, the Jubilee Constitution, and various organs. He's saying purported change of Jubilee of National Management Committee is a total illegality, devoid of ab initio and no legal consequences on the following. Number one, Jubilee Party has not held National Executive Committee after the Central Committee in 2017. So he's also saying Jubilee has not held its meeting since 2017. Number two, the purported replacement and reconstitution of party membership of the National Management Committee has never been sanctioned or approved by any of the party organs as mandated by its constitution. Number three, the alleged appointed officials are not members of NEC. This is why I'm saying these guys are not aware that in the last 3 years, new members of NEC were appointed by the party. They are not aware. Number four, in any event, the term of NEC and all interim officials have since lapsed according to Article 33 of Jubilee Party. Number five, any purported resolution founded on non-existence or fictitious meeting amounts to fraud and actions therefore null and void. So he's also terming the move fraudulent, null and void. So do we even have Jubilee as a political party? Do we even have Jubilee as a political party? Because according to information which I've gathered, these 6 guys are replacing former members of the National Management Committee. And according to information I have, is that these members were given government appointments. And the law is clear. When you hold a party position, or when you are a party official, there are certain, if you are a party official, there's certain government jobs you can't take unless you resign as a party official. And these guys who resigned, they were not kicked out. They resigned from the party because they were given jobs by the government. The government of Jubilee, Uhuru Kenyatta, gave these people jobs, and therefore they could no longer be part and parcel of Jubilee officials. And because of that, they opted out. And this is how the new 6 members were brought on board. How they were brought is what the allies of the deputy president don't understand. And this is why I'm telling them, all political parties in this country have their honors. Jubilee has its honors. Its honors is President Uhuru Kenyatta and his allies. There's nothing they can do about it. They can rant, they can make noise, but the fact is Jubilee has its honors. And the honors are making changes, even without consulting them. Just like when elections were supposed to be held in March, I told them that elections in Jubilee Party will not happen in March. It won't happen. It won't. If these guys have not held a meeting since 2017, how are they going to conduct party elections? Which register are they going to use? And that's why I'm insisting. The deputy president has a bright political future. He's already an institution. The best thing he can do is to quit Jubilee Party if he can't remove President Uhuru Kenyatta. Because what he's doing, the deputy president is actually just trying to do three things. Number one, by this move, by this letter, what he's doing, number one, he's now taking the war to President Uhuru Kenyatta's doorstep. What do I mean? Why would the deputy party leader write a letter to registrar when there's a party leader? Why? He can only do that if he's been delegated that duty. He has not been delegated that duty. Why must he write a letter? Very tough questions. Because the best would have been him calling Uhuru Kenyatta and then Uhuru Kenyatta writing a letter, or Uhuru Kenyatta placing a phone call to stop that move. Then everything will just cool down. By writing the letter, Ruto is basically taking the war to the doorsteps of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Number two, which I think is the strategy, is to engineer a mass exodus from Jubilee Party. They want to say, sisi tumekuwa frustrated enough. So sahi tumeamua tunaenda. But we're not just going, look it for yourself. These guys are bringing people, watu wetu wanatolewa, they are bringing their own people. And I said that for the deputy president to succeed in his bid in 2022, he must have a political party which he has full control over. If he had full control over Jubilee Party, I'm sure he would have appointed 6 people who are directly responsible or answerable to him. You can't have people getting appointed as officials of the party and the person who is supposed to be the next presidential candidate of that party have problems with those people. I'm already seeing a wedge being created. The Kisis are saying that Ruto is protesting because a Kisi had been appointed, Walter Nyambati. So this kind of friction, if you look at those 6 people, so I think they are laying the ground to engineer mass exit from the party. Number 3, I think these guys have made a choice to create internal rebellion or to fight from within. But I found it very weird that the deputy president can have his people write the same letter, then send it to them and give them letterheads to post. It doesn't have impact. The impact of these letters, in my view, would have been if only one person wrote that letter. The letter from the deputy president would have been enough. But here we are in a situation where the deputy president, Moses Kuria, was the first to write a letter. Then after Moses Kuria, now everybody, Omanga, Senator Omanga, Senator Kihika, Caleb Kositany, Oscar Sudi. Of course, if I were to advise the DP, if they were to write letters, those letters should not have exceeded 3. The first person should have been the deputy president himself writing a letter. After the deputy president, then let the majority leader at the Senate in his capacity as the majority leader. Then go to the majority leader at the National Assembly. Then let him also write a letter in his capacity as the majority leader of the National Assembly. Then it would have had more impact. But now it's like a child's play. Kila mtu anaandika barua. I'm sure even the MCS from Baringo, from Nandi, all of them will start writing letters and abusing every other person. So the fact of the matter is that these guys are creating a rebellion from within, or they want to fight from within. And I was talking to someone and he told me that he has gathered that the strategy of the deputy president is to hang on until towards the end. Then towards the end of the term, they'll bolt out. But by the time they'll be bolting out, they shall have created some other alliances with other people. So they want to create something like something kind of a euphoria. The one Raila normally creates towards campaigns. They want to create a euphoria. They live with almost everybody. Then create that euphoria and use that euphoria to go with it to the elections. And I've been figuring out who can they amongst other political parties, which political party can really help them create a euphoria. I still don't have answers to that. And just like I said, the only option for the DP now, I don't know the timing, but the option for him to kick President Uhuru Kenyatta out of Jubilee Party. If you can't kick him out of Jubilee Party, form your own political party. I don't know what you think. Thank you guys. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys. And the response of late has been very good. Again, if you want to reach me, my numbers are 0777 741323. Just send me WhatsApp on that. I'll respond. If I don't respond immediately, but I'll ensure I respond to those messages. And the best thing for you guys is to help me create interactions by either dropping your comments or giving the video thumbs up or thumbs down. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.